Hey BookTube, it's Jackie. How's it going? If you're new to me and this is the first time you're seeing this face, hello, what's up? My name is Jackie. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. So, hope that's why you're here because that's what's going to be happening. If you're not new to me, thank you for always tuning in and the continued support. I really do appreciate it. Today for you, as you can see from the day style video, I have my November TBR. But before we get into that, I do have an apology for you guys. I have been absent and I am sorry. I have gone through kind of like this little wave this second half of this year where I've been present and then I disappear and then I've been present again, and I'm coming off of not being present, and I do apologize for that. So when I say in my intro, thank you for always coming in and supporting me, I really do appreciate you guys who do that. That is amazing. I've had many people DM me and ask if I'm okay, how I'm doing. I am fine. I am 100% fine. I'm just living my life, and I am definitely in a transitional period in my life. I mean, I don't want to say I'm a midlife crisis. I don't want to say that because that implies that I'm old, and I don't think I'm old. So, but I do feel the winds of change extremely strong this past year. I mean, there's a lot of women who, like, I've always had the books. The books have always been my thing, but like some women discover books at this time, or, you know, their sourdough starter, or, you know, gardening. No, the hobby that stuck with me was combat sports. That's what has been like consuming me, and I'm okay with that. I feel great. My body feels great. I have bruises out the ass, but you know what? I don't even care. As you can see for the little certificate right there, that's actually my first belt test. I actually took my very first belt test ever and I passed. So I'm a actual yellow belt now. I'm super fucking pumped about it. And my jiu-jitsu journey is starting to really take off. I've got some great training partners. I met some wonderful people through that. It's very much like my bookish community. Like, I found a place where I can call home, and, I'm embracing that home. I'm very much embracing it, but I don't want to forget about my OGs, my people that accepted me in the beginning, who's always accepted me. So thank you for always tuning in and coming back and rewatching my videos and checking up on me. That really does mean the world to me. So thank you so much, guys. But without further ado, I have a TBR for you, not a book haul. Holy shit. I have a TBR for you. So grab yourself a drink, have yourself a seat, and let's get talking some books. Okay, so for my OGs, I usually have a thermos. I'm still rocking the thermoses, but I got boba today. And you can't drink boba without a really wide straw, so I just kept it in the same cup it came in. So that's, still got my thermoses, don't worry. It's okay. That's mango popping boba, and it's delicious. Okay, so for November TBR, I had no idea what the fuck I wanted to do. Absolutely no idea. I just know that the weather is changing, it's starting to get cooler, and I want to stay inside and curl up in my blankets and get lost in books when I'm home, or lost in a show that I'm obsessed with. So, when I was going around trying to find a good TBR for this month, there was a lot of stuff that called to me, but it just didn't feel like it was the time. That sounds so fucking weird when it comes to books, but if you're a book person, you just know. You read a synopsis of your book, you're like, yeah, that sounds awesome, I want to read that, but it's not the right time yet. Just, you know, once you read enough books, you start to figure out there's times in your life where books are safe to read, where they're good to read, where you know you're going to enjoy them. And there's other times you're just like, no, this is not the time nor the season to read this fucking book. I'm going to hate my life if I read this book. So why suffer through that? And not the good kind of suffering where, you know, you rip my heart out and I look at it. So I had a lot of like, because November is definitely, it is a ultimate fall month, but it's not spooky, but it's not Christmas either. It's just that really weird kind of blend still. And it can kind of be tricky if you're a very moody reader. So this TBR is kind of more of a tentative TBR than it is an official, absolutely, we're doing this kind of thing. Okay, guys? Just a heads up. But there are 2 books on here that I do need to read this month. One is a finish up from last month, and the other one is for my book club. So let's get into it. The first one is a carryover, and that is The Witch Who Trades with Death by C.M. Alongi. This was the Black Hat Book Coven Book of the Month last month for October, and it was my pick, and I'm the only one that didn't finish it. Like I said, guys, weird moods, you know, journeys, going like this a lot. I just smacked myself in the face with the fucking, why am I wearing a hat in a video? I don't even fucking know. We're gonna stick with it because I already have hat hair, so we're just gonna go with it, but I just smacked myself in the face. That's awesome. I am having a very good time with this. The other girls have already read it, and they all had a decent time with it. They got some high scores, so props for me. Yes. Still think this cover is one of the best covers I bought this entire year. So I'm really excited to continue with this. What I've read of it so far, really enjoying it, having a good time with it. However, I can't pronounce half the fucking names, so that sucks. That does suck, but we'll figure it out. I will suck it up because I feel like I'm going to really like this book. I really do, based off what I've already read of it so far. So this is my first book to finish this month. The next book is for actually my Black Hat Book Coven Book of the Month for this month, and it was actually Christian's pick this month, and it is The Sapling Cage. Looks like this. The Sapling Cage is the first installment to the Daughters of the Empty Throne book, book 1, and it's by Margaret Killjoy. Our reading sprints are going to be November 11th on my channel. Here's the card here for you. And the live show will be on the 30th on Christian's channel. I don't know what this book's about, but Kristen picked it, so it's cozy. So I guarantee you it's going to be cozy. It's probably going to fit right in this monthly kind of vibe thing, so I'm excited. I just purchased it, so it should be coming in soon. So hopefully I'll have it by next week. So that's a plus, but I can get started on it soon so I can actually finish the fucking book. That would be awesome if I could finish it. That'd be static. If I could finish things, it'd be great. But that is my Black Hat Book Coven Book of the Month for this month. And then we have one more book, and then we get to do our tier rankings. So I'm really excited about that. If you guys are not familiar with our tier ranking, we actually did that last year for the first time, where we all individually tier ranked our books for the entire month selections. And then we all did a live show and tier ranked them together. Standing winner right here. Thanks. Yeah. Really hoping, because they all had good scores, I'm hoping to retain my title here, guys. So fingers crossed, but I'm hoping for good things with this one. There's been some really good selections this year. So I like to end strong this year with the last two, for sure. So fingers crossed. The next book I have is my Book of the Month book. And this one I'm kind of excited about, guys. Okay. So it already has a sequel out plus a novella. And I own the sequel. I don't own the novella. I need to get it. But this one is Vikings. And we all know how Jackie loves her Vikings, okay? We all fucking know. I love mobsters. I love Vikings. I love historical figures. We all fucking know this about Jackie, okay? So, I'm really excited because this is the Road of Bones series, the Ashen series, book 1, by Demi Winters. Look at this fucking cover. Shut up. Okay. Let them think us lambs when truly we are wolves. That kind of expression has never resonated more with me until like this moment. Because most people, now I know what I'm physically capable of doing, within my martial arts journey. So having someone kind of second guess me and underestimate me is fucking sick, because I know I can kick your ass. You know, not everybody, but I know what I can physically do. So I'm really hoping that the characters resonate with me in this book. So a little bit about this. I'm just going to read this little like shaboozy stuff here right here. So this is an epic and immersive Viking-inspired romantic fantasy. A woman fleeing a ruthless assassin accidentally joins forces with a group of mercenaries and must use all of her cunning to escape with her life and her heart intact. It's going to sound awesome. Yes. And it is a chonker. It's a chonker. But hopefully I will love it because I already have book 2. So that's really, really cool. I already have book 2 for this. So that's fantastic. And I really love this cover. I mean, look at this. Look at this shit. Look at that. It's fucking dope. I love it. Ugh. So, but this is my book of the month pick, guys. Shut up. Yay. Yay. It's gonna be good times. We're gonna have fun. The next books are all free reading, but this one has been a long time coming. And when I am looking for books that I can get lost in, that I can sink my teeth into, that can drive me crazy, that can really give me that ambiance feel where I'm just zone in everything, there is one author that I know will guarantee me that every fucking day of the week, without a shadow of a doubt. And I owe her a book review because she already has her next installment out. And so I need to get into high gear and give this to her because I've been dropping the ball. So Christina, I am sorry, but it's coming. This is the 4th installment to the Love Letting series. This is the series that I am obsessed with. We all know. But this is Slave. She actually sent me this copy. And she sent me all of these copies. So I have the whole series. I do not have the 5th one yet. I think she's waiting for me to get the review out. So it's coming. So you will see a full book review on this one. And this is just... Haunt is still a book that I brag and talk about and recommend to literally everybody that I can. And the rest of the installments are just as fantastic and just as amazing. So I'm really excited to revisit Charlotte and Mac and see what happens and just meet all the new characters. She's done some extra goodies in here too. I'm ready. I'm ready, sweetheart. I'm ready. So it's coming. It's coming for you. So I'm ready for, she's already haunted me. She's already cursed me. She's already giving me ghosts. And now I get to become her slave. So we're going to find out how. I'm excited. So, the next book I have a feeling that this author is going to do this for me, give me that ambiance kind of feel, but I've never read anything from her. But I've talked to a lot of people who have read her books. I've watched a lot of reviews on her books, and they all say the same thing, that she will definitely, it's like an embrace when she writes. She will embrace you, and you will get lost in her stuff. And there is a series that I really wish I had. I don't currently have it right now, but I have this book from her, and it was an anticipated release last year. And that is Catherine Arden's Warm Hands of Ghosts. So, this is during World War I. It's World War I historical fiction, also with a bit of fantasy to it. So during the Great War, a combat nurse searches for her brother, believed dead in the trenches despite eerie signs that suggest otherwise. In this hauntingly beautiful historical novel with a speculative twist, the New York Times best author of The Bear and the Nightingale. January 1918. Laura Ivan was a revered field nurse until she was wounded and discharged from the medical corps, leaving behind a brother still fighting in Flanders. Now home in Halifax, Canada, Laura receives word of Freddie's death in combat, along with his personal effects. But something doesn't make sense. Determined to uncover the truth, Laura returns to Belgium as a volunteer, a private hospital where she soon hears whispers about haunted trenches and a strange hotelier whose wine gives soldiers the gift of oblivion. Could Freddie have escaped the battlefield, only to fall prey to something or someone else? There's more to it, but I'm gonna leave you with that. So, also in November, it is Veterans Day. So, I felt like this was a nice little kind of combo for that, because it does talk about World War I, the greatest war, the Great War. So, I'm excited about this one. I get chills when I kind of read stuff like that. So it's not spooky, but it's, I don't know how to describe it. I feel this is going to be an ambiance read, and I'm excited. It was also an anticipated release too for me. So it'd be nice to get one of those off my shelf. The next book I have on here is this one has been on my shelf for a long time. And I tried reading it even longer time ago because it was one of my sister's books. And I wanted a book, and I went in, and this one looked interesting, and it was way too advanced for me to read. Okay, just way too advanced. But something about me is I love Arthurian legends. Legend of Camelot, King Arthur, I love that stuff. I that is kind of a home for me. A home that I don't visit very often, but it's kind of a home. And when I was looking for ambiance style reads, this one just was like, hey, maybe it's time to give me a try. And so here it is. This is The Mists of Avalon by Marion Zimmer Bradley. This is a saga of the women behind King Arthur's court, okay? And my sister had this book. I don't know how many books are in the series currently out, but she had this book, and I tried reading it, and it did not fit. I couldn't get into it because it was way too advanced. I was in the 5th grade when I tried to read this, okay? 5th grade. And I remember that because that was the year we moved out to Illinois. That's the reason I remember that I was in 5th grade, okay? I'm not really that good with dates, but I do remember that one. But it was way over my head, and now I feel like this could be the right time to read it. And I like the story of Camelot and King Arthur. I think that story is really fucking cool, and I enjoy it. So yeah, we're gonna give it a try. And isn't it beautiful? This is actually the same cover that my sister had, so apparently she never re-released the covers. So yeah, I'm excited. And the last book that is kind of on this tentative TBR ambiance is a reread for me. It is a reread. It is an old reread, but being Veterans Day in the States, I wanted to somehow give some kind of representation other than just the Warm Hands of Ghosts, because that's not really about the war. I remember that I had this book that I read for a college English class, and I remember hating this book until the very end. And at the very end, when we had to present it, turns out everyone who loved the book in the beginning now hated it. I was the complete reverse. I hated the whole thing until the very end. And this was actually the very first book I ever got signed by an author. I did not personally meet the author. I had actually an ex-boyfriend take this book to an author signing where he was at, and he signed it for me. We were not dating at the time, but we were still friends. And he got it signed for me. And that is Tim O'Brien's The Things They Carried. This is a collection of stories about the Vietnam War and the things that they carried and what they brought home. I'm just going to read the back, okay? They carried malaria tablets, love letters, 28-pound mine detectors, dope, illustrated Bibles, each other. And if they made it home alive, they carried unrelenting images of the nightmarish war that history is only beginning to absorb. Since its first publication, The Things They Carried has become an unparalleled Vietnam testament, a classic work of American literature, and a profound study of men at war that illuminates the capacity and the limits of the human heart and soul. I ended up writing majority of my papers in that English class about this book. There were 4 books that we read. We read them all in the very beginning of the semester, and then every paper after that was on one of the books. Like, it was a really weird way of assigning stuff, but we got to decide each essay, we got to decide which book we wanted to write it on because we'd already read all 4. And this was one of them. And I remember loving this. And it is signed my name to Jackie, Tim O'Brien. So I'm excited to give this a try. And it's a very well-loved book. I've reread it a few times. And it's even got some of my old annotations in it. So I'm excited to revisit this. I really am. So, yeah. But that's my TBR, guys. I hope that this TBR will give me this feel, this ambiance that I'm looking for, this, lost kind of thing. It'll happen. If not, you might be seeing some other books. I'm going to try to get back on my weekly wrap-ups. So, please keep your eyes peeled. Not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, the second Sunday in November. Please keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to try to get back on my weekly wrap-ups so you guys can keep back in touch with me and everything like that. So we're going to try to finish this year out strong. We're going to try to do it. We're going to try to bust it out. So, but that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys all soon with another video. And again, thank you for all your loyalty and your following me and staying with me. I really do appreciate you guys. All the checking in and everything. I am okay. I'm doing great. But I do miss you. And so hopefully I won't have to miss you for too much longer. So I will see you guys all soon.